everyone. My name is April Ho, and I'm a registered dietitian. And today I am going to share with you guys some tips and tricks for making fast, healthy meals during the pandemic. So I'm coming to you from my living room because my kitchen is under construction right now. So yes, it's still decorated for Christmas. That's okay. I just like to keep it festive all year round. But what I'm going to share with you today are specifically 5 meals that I like to make using pretty much only shelf-stable ingredients. So I love using shelf-stable ingredients because you can keep them in your freezer, in your pantry, as long as you need to, and you may never need them if all your meal plans are going smoothly and you have time to cook and prep and all that stuff. You'll never need them, and that's fine. But the second you need them, they are there for you. So what I'm going to share with you are these 5 meals and the ingredients that you would need to keep on hand in order to make them. So we have about 90% shelf-stable ingredients. There's a couple items that are technically not shelf-stable, but I find are routinely available in most households. So we'll use a little bit of those as well. But hopefully these are things that you guys will find are easy to make, enjoyable by the entire family, and very, very fast. So our first meal is a homemade burrito bowl. And for these, we need 5 ingredients. The first one is black beans. Whenever I'm putting together a meal, I always like to think about the variety of food groups that I'm getting in my meal. So I always aim for, at the very least, protein, whole grains, and produce. So beans are kind of a win-win because they can serve as either produce or protein. And in this case, I'm going to use them as kind of both, but definitely the protein. So whenever you're using beans as a protein and a vegetable, you want to double up on your portion of the beans. So I like these black beans. They're already seasoned with cumin and chili spices. And I usually drain them and rinse them, and the beans retain the flavor, but I get rid of a lot of the sodium that way. So I got these black beans. I need my cheese as a topping, of course. I love these Steamables rice packets. They're ready in 90 seconds. Very easy to make. You don't have to wait an hour for them like normal rice. And this one is whole grain brown rice, quinoa, and lentils. So there you go. And then, of course, I need my salsa. So this is my jarred salsa. Obviously, after you open it, it's not shelf stable, but it can sit in the cupboard forever when it's unopened. And then my guacamole. So guacamole, again, technically not shelf stable, but when it's unopened, it will last in the refrigerator for months and months and months, way past the date that it says it's best by. So I usually keep guacamole on hand, and I find I have no problem finishing it once it's opened. So this is our first meal. Very easy to make. Simply microwave the rice, microwave the beans. If you want, throw the cheese in there and microwave that as well, and then top with these things. If you have plain Greek yogurt on hand, that's awesome as a sour cream substitute, and just adds another punch of flavor to the meal. So that's our first thing. Our second meal is going to, again, use our Steamables brown rice, but it's going to be an Indian dish. So with this meal, I like to use canned chickpeas that I rinse and drain. And I like to add frozen cauliflower. So again, these things can all just be microwaved together. And then I add this Indian sauce. There are a lot of Indian sauces available at Wegmans that have very simple ingredient lists. Kitchens of India is one of my favorite brands. You really can't go wrong with them. This is a tikka masala sauce. And so again, throw all of these things together, put it in the microwave. It's absolutely delicious. And you don't need to chop anything. So it's pretty much perfect. All right, next up, we've got 2 pasta dishes. Both of them use frozen spinach And frozen peas. I buy the gigantic bag because I use them so often. But these are our produce items. And then our first pasta dish is Annie's mac and cheese. So the protein comes in the form of the cheese that's already in there. And I have my grains in my pasta. And the Annie's mac and cheese, unfortunately, is not whole grain. So that's why I like to use frozen peas to pair with this, because frozen peas are particularly high in fiber because they are in the bean family. So they're a great addition whenever you're using a grain that's not a whole grain, because fiber is one of the things that is so wonderful about whole grains. So we definitely make up for that with our frozen peas. So I pretty much just add these in during the last minute of cooking of the pasta, and then I drain it all together, and then I go ahead and make the sauce and throw the pasta and the veggies back in. Very easy, and definitely a crowd pleaser. Actually, we're going to keep these for our next meal, which is pesto tortellini. So our protein comes in the cheese that's in the tortellini. These ones are frozen, and they're actually not, again, a whole grain, which is why I like to use the peas. But the fiber is 2 grams per serving, which is pretty amazing for a refined grain product. So you're still getting a little bit of bang for your buck there. So again, throw these in while the pasta is cooking, in the last minute or so of cooking, and then just drain it all and add your pesto sauce, and you're good to go. Very similar ingredients, but very different flavor. My last meal is grilled cheese and soup. And this can be as simple or as complex as you want to make it. So of course we need our bread. I like this whole wheat soft sandwich bread that Wegmans sells. And I just use shredded cheese. You can use sliced cheese, but personally I find that keeping 1 bag of cheese in the refrigerator is easier than keeping 2 different bags. So why not use the same cheese for both the burrito bowls and the grilled cheese? So here's your grilled cheese. My soup of choice is Amy's organic lentil vegetable soup. And they are not paying me anything to tell you that this is my favorite brand. The reason I love it is because it's pretty much all vegetables in here. They don't add any pasta or any unnecessary meat products. It's pretty much just all vegetables. And the lentils give it a ton of protein and a ton of fiber. So 1 can of this has 11 grams of protein and 8 grams of fiber. And that is all the fiber you need in an entire meal, right in 1 can of soup. So I heat that up in the microwave, and then my grilled cheese I make on the griddle. When I'm feeling fancy, I usually spruce it up. My favorite way to spruce up grilled cheese is with tempeh fake bacon. If you watched my other videos, you know that I love this product because you don't have to cook it. It has tons of protein, has some fiber, and it's just a wonderful product. So what I do is I put this on my grilled cheese, slice a little apple, put that on the grilled cheese as well. If I have any fresh spinach, I throw that into the grilled cheese. And then the last thing I do is make up a little bit of sriracha mayo with sriracha just mixed with mayonnaise. And I put that on the inside of the bread as well. And it is a wonderfully sweet, savory combination. And it just makes what would have been a mundane grilled cheese sandwich turn into a really exciting, delicious one. So those are my 5 meals that I always keep ingredients for these meals on hand. And as I said, most of the time they just sit in my cupboard and I don't use them because I'm busy making other things. But whenever I need them, they're there. And all of these meals take approximately 5 minutes to throw together. And they're all enjoyed by my entire family of 6. So I hope your family enjoys them too. And I hope that was helpful. Bye.